in May. So as a side note, guys, in May there will be a period of about 4 days where I won't be streaming because I will be in London. Unless, guys, let me be clear. Unless I blow up and have mad stacks and then buy a streaming backpack, okay? Guys, never say never. And I apologize that I currently am not in a financial situation to buy a streaming backpack, okay, guys? I apologize. Just currently, in terms of investments, I don't know how much it is. I assume it's like $2,000, $4,000. And unfortunately, I don't just kind of have that money right now, okay? But if I did, I would. Okay, guys, if I did, I would. But yeah. No, thank you. And also, Mark makes a great point, guys. Let me tell you something right now. A streamer backpack would be on top of the fact that I had to pay for a flight to London. Okay, pay for a flight for London, pay for a hotel in London, pay for food in London, pay for trips in London, get my clothes right. Guys, I am not excited that my sister's having a wedding in London. Now, obviously, my sister lives in London, so where else was she gonna have a wedding? I don't know. But, bro, destination wedding, more like destination spending all my money. Okay? I was at my dad's wedding. Oh, do you mean you were, Dorito, do you mean you were crying at your dad's wedding? Okay, now where in the world are we going here? Oh, okay, Grand Chasm. But I am really excited for my sister's wedding. Now, here's the thing, guys. If I don't live stream it, which I'm not going to. Like, the odds of me live stream, I would do a vlog. I would do a vlog because I think that'd be kind of fun. Slash, also, guys, you know, content, obviously. How exciting would it be? Plus, guys, here's the thing. I totally think I have... Guys, this is really... My mother wrote a letter. Oh, wait. Red Rex, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Guys, my mother read me a letter the day before her wedding. She wrote herself a letter the day before her wedding, and she read it to me, like, really recently. It was completely positive. There was no anxiety in it at all. And so I want to record my sister, like, the day before her wedding, so I can get her thoughts, so then, like, in 20 years... Hopefully, when she's not divorced, fingers crossed, knock on wood, she can see that video, and then it's like, you know, really sweet and wonderful, not horrible, everything. I was at my okay, I see. Well, that's nice. She could have done it in Hawaii, a beach wedding. I'd love to go. Here's the thing. She could have. I just think that would have been about 2 billion times more expensive than doing a local wedding in London. Not that the wedding in London was not really expensive. You can't say no to go-karts. I don't think I've ever seen a wedding with go-karts, guys. Guys, can I be real here? I've went go-karting once in my life, and this child, when I say I was a child too, this mother trucker, he ran into me like 16 times, and I said, I'm good. I have never gone go-karting again, because honestly, I'm not excited. Because once you have someone just bash into you like 16,000 times, like, what are we doing here? Like, King, I don't want to be bashed into, okay? I have zero interest. Believe it or not, I don't drive to be crashed into. And that was the last time I went go-karting, and that was a while ago. Oh, I see. No, that's fair. Guys, that's one thing I teeny bit wanted to do in Japan was there's a thing where you like drive the carts on the roads in Japan. But I do know A, it's super expensive, and B, you need an international driver's license. And if you didn't know, guys, there's a difference between your driver's license and an international driver's license. I do not have an international driver's license, so I cannot go to other countries and drive. If you have an international driver's license, you can't drive in all countries, but like, for example, I could drive in Poland because Poland, they drive on the right side of the road. Whereas I don't know if with an international driver's license, I could drive in London because they drive on the opposite side of the road, which at some point would cause me to absolutely crash because I wouldn't know where I was going. I guess maybe Canada I could drive? I'm not 100% sure. And I don't know. I think Canada. But yeah. If you're still alive, okay. Hot Cheeto, I appreciate it. Hot Cheeto, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day either way. Yeah, so that's the only time, guys, in the future I plan to be there. Now, obviously, guys, I know yesterday I was gone. I apologize for that, guys. Sometimes I get a little cooked by society, okay? Society gets me good. But besides that, guys, I should be live all the time. Do they have Uber in Japan? They do. They do have Uber in Japan. Yes. Do they? I think they do. Did I take an Uber? Okay, so they do, but it apparently is mostly for taxis. I guess I never... Here's the thing. In Japan, their public transport is so good that, in my opinion, you just really wouldn't think of using an Uber. It just wouldn't necessarily, like, make, in terms of, like, logical sense, really. They have taxis, but the taxis... I took a taxi once, and I hated it. Guys, as someone who's grown up in ride sharing, having to watch a meter go up with the price, watching a variable price as I'm in a vehicle costing more and more money, worst thing in the world. Absolutely no. Despised it. So I am not a taxi fan. Okay, I can't. I love a flat rate. A flat rate is everything. Now I do think they have an Uber in Taiwan, because I think I took an Uber in Taiwan one time because I got off at the wrong bus stop on an airport. Guys, I got off on the wrong stop at an airport bus, and then I had to take an Uber for like an hour, and it was horrible, and I couldn't find my Airbnb, and it was, oh my god, guys, that was a night. Guys, I got off, so here's the thing, I got off the airport bus at the wrong airport stop. I walked to where I thought my Airbnb was, except it turned out I was looking at the wrong address. I was walking around these apartment buildings in the middle of the night for hours, looking for my thing, realized it was the wrong place. Then my SIM card, and then I was having some issue with internet, so then it wasn't working. So then I booked an Uber, and then, guys, I was so scared, but then I asked the Uber driver if I could, like, have internet, and then he hotspotted me, and he actually saved my life. He actually saved my life, guys, because I otherwise literally would have no idea of how to get in contact with my Airbnb person to understand the correct address, which then I got, and then I went to the right place, and then everything was fine. And honestly, my Airbnbs in Taiwan were okay. They weren't that great. I'm gonna be honest here. They were like okay. It's just Taiwan is it's an expensive country, and Airbnb is kind of a little mid. They had Ubers in Mexico. Oh, I did not know that. I want one day to have a big piece of land, big house, personally full-size railroad with a compressed air-powered steam locomotive. Dorito, I hope you're able to have that one day. Okay, I 100% hope you're able to have that one day. And you know what, Dorito? I bet you will. Okay, I don't even need to hope because I know you will. Okay, you and your steam and your air-powered steam locomotive, which I'm not exactly sure what that entails, will exist, and I hope you have a wonderful time with it. I'd rather walk than a taxi. I don't trust strangers to drive me places. If I give me to, I'll let you know. Okay, bet. I trust strangers, bro. Here's the thing. Can I be real here, guys? Believe it or not, the person driving you in a car, they don't want to kill you. Okay, guys, no one wants to kill you doing their job. Okay, people driving buses, people driving planes, no one wants to kill you. Okay, guys, they don't. Believe it or not, they also want to make it home to their families. So it's like, you don't, people are like, oh, they're so stressed. It's like, girly pop, they don't want to die either. Okay, believe it or not, generally speaking, a healthy human being does not want to die. And you know what? I'm just... You know, guys, that's fair. Hey, guys, maybe I will admit, guys, here's the thing, guys. I grew up in what you would call a kumbaya family. Okay, was that the same Airbnb with the scorpions? Oh, no. Guys, the scorpion story was when I was in high school, staying in a village in China. So that wasn't an Airbnb. That was an explicit experience, but I was staying in like in a less developed village with a grandmother. And so that made more sense. Not that I couldn't have been scorpions in Taiwan, but like that was specifically a much more outdoor setting where, sure. Guys, I realize I've really never, guys, when I say I grew up in a kumbaya family, guys, my family had singing circles, okay? And I didn't necessarily participate in them all the time. When I say singing circles, I mean my family would have other families come around, and then they would all sit in a circle, okay? And they would sing songs together, and they would do rounds together. I will say that I personally, you know, I'm not like, well, I am kind of pro-stranger, but like, I'm not really too concerned about anything, guys, because my family was really like kumbaya and yay. You know, my mom was a hitchhiker back in the millennia. You know, I come from a peace and love family, as one would say. Except for kind of my dad. My dad comes from a different background, but that's because he comes from Poland, and so it's like a little bit of a different cultural experience. Not that necessarily means that he didn't love strangers. My dad was a very sweet and friendly man, but a different experience than my mother for sure. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Guys, I don't like fighting fire enemies. You know, guys, I was just thinking, for a second I was like, oh, I'm fighting 2 fire enemies. Let me just use mass convert. You know what I just realized? Guys, you don't get mass convert until Avalon. Which, in my opinion, was a little crazy, okay? I really don't think they need to be hiding Mass Prism that hard. Okay, because here's the thing, I don't know. It's interesting. Do you think the developers of Wizard 101 didn't want to put Mass Prism in because they're like, oh, it would make the game too easy? That's what I kind of wonder. Did they not put mass prism because they made the game too easy, or were they just like, they just didn't think about it? But I will say the one thing I appreciate about Wizard 101 is like, guys, you can see the, like, you see the Fire Avenger, you see how his model's updated. Like, I appreciate that. I don't know how Wizard 101 has their code base. What I assume is they have entities. I also don't know what Wizard 101 is written in. What is Wizard 101 written in? Wizard 101 code base. Wizard 101 is written in C++ utilizing Gamebryo library and also scripted in Lua. Guys, I technically took C++ once. Well, actually, I think I've taken 2 classes in C++. I suck at C++. I actually am. I assume they have some sort of entity tagging system that like says that this is the enemy that shows up in this world. But I really appreciate that like the models are updated in like the later worlds, right? It's really nice that, I don't know if maybe they manually went through the entire game, but I doubt it because I'm gonna be real here. Wizard 101, they're not a in my opinion, they're not really a company that like, you know, like would manually go through everything. But the fact that they're able to easily update all these enemies, maybe they did. But like even these guys are like, guys, look at the floor. Do we all see the floor here? The floor here has maybe like what, 10 pixels in total, whereas these enemies probably have more pixels and polygons than this entire room. And so I live for that. But also, guys, sometimes I wonder, you know, like the commons is so unoptimized in Wizard 101. Why is the commons unoptimized? Like, because obviously as the time in Wizard 101 has gone up, right? They've added better, sorry, I almost hit my mic. They've added better models that have like better quality, right? Which would imply some part of their model, their code base has gotten more efficient, right? And if their thing has gotten more efficient, or like it's got more optimized, I would imagine that the commons would be more optimized. I guess I don't know how their code base works. I would love, you know what? Honestly, guys, I don't necessarily care about talking to a developer about like the future of Wizard 101. I would love to talk to a coder of Wizard 101 to understand some of the reasons certain things are the way they are, or like why does the commons lag, but then we have like higher models. I'm surprised people haven't modded Wizard. Oh, here's the thing. Technically speaking, Mark, now I haven't modded Wizard 101. I did have shaders. You can install shaders on Wizard 101, and you can make Wizard 101 look a little crazy with like reflections and stuff. And I kind of wanted to do a stream with it. The only issue is when you do shaders like that, your game runs at like 60 FPS. Like it's a little stuttery, and so that's why I kind of disabled it because I was like, ooh, this kind of looks busted. You know, maybe one of these days I'll do it because I don't think there's many videos out there of someone actually running like shaders on Wizard 101, and I can show you guys because it's fun and it's not that bad of an experience. It's just you just have to install them and then reinstall the game, and it's really not that hard. It makes it look better, but not crazy, because basically what it does is it just adds, right? So what's a shader? I don't really know what a shader is, guys. I'll give you my interpretation. It's like, right, a shader is something like reflection, like the water reflects something, or the light reflects off of something. Like obviously, you probably know shaders in Minecraft that make it prettier. In the same essence, the issue obviously being that shaders just add a bunch of math, and the more, right, guys, what is coding but math? What are video games but math? And it adds a bunch of additional processes, which then, because they're not necessarily because the game's not optimized, unless those shader processes are specifically optimized, it adds a lot of more compute time, which then adds lag. And even though my computer, in my opinion, is a little bit of a powerhouse, okay, guys, I got a beefy computer, in my opinion, it's not handling all that, okay? And once again, guys, the commons lag, okay? And if the commons lag on my computer, bro, commons lags everywhere. Which, you know what? I keep saying this. You know what oh, is this the time travel thing? Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really get the time travel thing. Because I'm like, guys, if we're time traveling now, why don't we just teleport back in time? And like, you know what, whenever Malistaire got sad and grumpy, like, bro, just like teleport in time and be like, we'll be your friend. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're like, oh no, Malistaire, but we have time travel? I feel like these aren't adding up. Why are the commons laggy Wizard 101? I want to look this up, guys. Let's see. I want to see if anyone has an explanation. The game runs on the same engine that TES Oblivion ran. Even with overhauls to make the game run as a 64-bit application, it doesn't do too good or a job with multi-threads on a processor or utilizing a modern GPU to the full potential. That said, there's not much you can do to improving frame rate aside from lowering graphical options. It's a server problem. Its characters consume memory or something? Like an object your game tracks locally? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just kind of... Okay, so it doesn't really look like anyone has a great suggestion. Or not a great suggestion, a great explanation. Oblivion? Yeah. No, Wizard 101, I mean, it came out in 2008. Think about it, if it came out in 2008, and it's obviously would be using an older game system than a game engine that came out. It is old. And here's the thing. You know how Smite, Smite ran into an issue, and then they released Smite 2, which theoretically, you know, was a new game on a new engine, so they could forever make the game better. And again, guys, I want to be clear here. I'm wishing the best for Smite 2. Okay, guys? I liked Smite a lot. Smite was one of the transformative times of my childhood. So obviously, I want Smite 2 to be successful. Will it be? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like Wizard 101, in my opinion, obviously, I think it would cost way too much money, so they would never do it. I think Wizard 101 could do an engine revamp, and people would not mind. Like, I really think, and I know they, like, redid Crocotopia, but here's my thing, too. If they're redoing these worlds, like, there must be something going on. But part of me is also, like, Wizard 102, since when? I feel like it should be called, like, yeah, Wizard 102, or maybe Wizard 201, sophomore year. Oh, that would be kind of good. Because, like, guys, if you don't know, 101 usually stands for class 100. And in some college systems, basically, level 100 classes are for freshmen, level 200 classes are for sophomores, level 300 classes are for juniors, and level 400 classes are for seniors and above. And that's sometimes how it works. Obviously, it depends on the thing. But that's how your traditional, like, 101 series for a class comes. Mind you, other times, it doesn't work as well. Even though we graduate in this game... Yeah, but, like, what are we graduating from? High school, preschool, middle school? You know, I feel like it's like a little ooga booga. I like how it's bright here. Guys, I like how it's like a sunny day. Like, nothing bad has happened to Dragonspire yet. It's like, oh, we're just, like, chilling in the past. Even though there is, mana skip. I kind of wonder about the enemies. I guess the enemies probably have different names that I wasn't really paying attention to. Are we just, like, learning lore here? I'll admit, guys, maybe I should have been... Oh, we're just going through the history. Guys, maybe I should have been a little more locked into what's going on in the story. But what can I say, guys? I, like, kind of know what happens in Dragonspire, and I don't exactly know what happens in Dragonspire. And am I concerned about what happens in Dragonspire? No. Guys, here's the thing, okay? There's a big grumpy guy who's like, my wife's dead, I want him to come back. And you know what? Respect. Respect to Alistair, okay? Because if my wife died, if the love of my life died, broski, yeah, I'm raising heck. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm going around everywhere, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna destroy the universe to bring back my wife. And you might be saying, well, Twichty, your wife wouldn't want that. You don't know my wife. I was married, you weren't. I'm sure. And then here's the thing, guys. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you haven't finished Wizard 101, his wife doesn't want that. His wife's actually like, Alistair, you need to calm the frickety frack down. Okay, Alistair, how about you just come join me on my side? Which is why the wizard helps Alistair join his wife. Okay, you know, to put it lightly. I'm gonna help him join his wife. Okay, one way or another. Just because you're a master wizard doesn't mean there aren't more spells to discover. Exactly. And guys, believe it or not, King's Owl will make sure there's more spells to discover. Okay, spell weaving. Which I saw, guys. Extra Hot Cheeto was farming spell weaving today. It did not look fun. It looked like a nightmare. Guys, I know I haven't done spell weaving, and I know I literally never said I'm gonna do spell weaving, and I don't really ever plan to do spell weaving. But maybe I will. I think there's a moment. Here's the thing. Guys, the new spell weaving, I feel like spell weaving is adding a lot of damage because they're adding new traps, new blades, new auras. And so part of me is like, honestly, I feel like they're kind of ramping up for a harder level 180 world. And here's the thing too. Guys, I know this game. Yeah, after beating his cheat twice, that's true. Okay, here's the thing. Alistair tries really hard to chill in this world. He really does. But, you know, here's the thing. Guys, I'm an unstoppable force. Okay, Twichty and Banana Duck, guys, we're an unstoppable force. Okay, we're an immovable rod. We are... I can't really think of anything else, guys. I was trying... The immovable rod, obviously, is a D&D reference. What is an unstoppable force? Isn't it like something... We're like death. We're like time. Okay, guys, we're always going to get you, no matter how far you run. I'm sorry, but I think that was 101, right? So if you don't know, spell elements have been adding, right, blades, traps, auras. They've been adding more damage. I swear they're gonna make the 180 world harder. And the reason is, guys, at some point, this can't be a kid's game anymore. Like, I know this is a kid's game, but there's 170 levels. There's 170 levels. Like, how many MMOs are past level 170? Like, there's not that many. Like, Wizard 101 is, like, I feel like it's getting up there in terms of, like, some of the highest levels in terms, like, you know, like a solid MMO. Broski, at some point, you gotta admit that this is, like, it is a kid's game. But, like, also, if a kid makes it to level 180, if kids make it to a level 170, okay, they clearly know what they're doing. And so I feel like there's some room to make things a little crazier. I can't imagine a kid making it far in Arc 3 TBH. Here's the thing. I think if a kid pulled out, you know, a credit card, swipe, buy some crown gear, I think they can make it pretty far. I also don't think kids are stupid. I think that, like, you know, they can Google what's the best gear. Like, and when I say a kid, guys, I don't know what age, I'm gonna be honest here, I have literally no concept of what age you're talking about. Because in my mind, low-key, I need to learn and understand the Gambit things because I don't understand it much. Mark, you and everyone else, okay? The Gambits, here's the thing. The Gambits are confusing, okay? I feel like a boomer. The Gambits are like, you know, when people had rotary phones and then someone introduced, like, guys, here, that's not true. Okay, that doesn't make sense because the Gambits are complicated and a rotary phone is complicated, whereas a regular phone's simple. I don't know, bro. The Gambits are confusing. I also hope I'm going to do enough damage. Guys, I'm a little concerned. I did use my one convert, which is a little unfortunate, but also I have an aura, so fingers crossed. When I say a kid, I mean, like, younger than 12. Okay, Cameron, I think that's a good opinion. Yeah. Because, like, honestly, it's like, I 100% have faith that a 12-year-old can beat this game. Like, a 12-year-old, 100%. But I just, like, I do think there's, like, I guess I don't know what, like, kid... That did 166 damage. We are not winning this fight. Guys, we're gonna have to flee. We are 100% gonna have to flee. We also may, you know, just die, but fingers crossed we are able to flee. Also, guys, at the top of the hour, every hour, I run a 3-minute ad break. You don't experience that ad break. Use a Twitch Prime, a regular Twitch subscription to enjoy an ad free stream. Get access to awesome music and support me. Watching me still supports me, and I deeply appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, plus 35, plus 35, plus 35. Thank you very much. And let's flee. Thank you. I don't know what the target graphic, but like a kid younger than 12, yeah. But I just feel like they're gonna make the game harder. That's my thought process. Or they won't, and it'll be the exact same. But it's like, I just feel like they keep adding damage. So, like, what else are you gonna do? And it's like, especially also, right, the biggest thing you have to fight when you're playing any game ever, there's something called power creep. If you don't know what power creep is the concept that things in the like new content that's released has to be stronger than old content to excite people about it. This is theoretically a very big issue in gacha games. What's a gacha game? A gacha game is that it has a gacha system where you spend money to have a chance to get a character. A famous example being Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact. Technically speaking, you know, some other games that shall not be mentioned because, you know, I would love to join the extra credit program. And in that sense, ooh, go get your food. Those guys, right? Those systems. Gacha, you mean gambling. Guys, here's the thing. Gachas are gambling. You wanna know why? Because the only thing they're gonna get is your money, okay? They got your wallet. And that's just, guys, that's an important thing to understand when you're going into a gacha game, okay? Understand that they're there to get something, okay? And it's your money. Not that they not necessarily are good games, but it is not a system meant for you not to spend money, okay? Either way, power creep is something to suffer, right? And Wizard 101 is also a game that theoretically suffers power creep as well, right? Because we're getting more and more damage, we're getting higher stats, right? And that's why they introduce different elements to lower it, right? That's why they introduce like a soft damage cap. That's why they introduce more resistance on enemies. And obviously, there's another issue as well, because as you add more elements, right, as numbers get bigger, numbers mean less. And this is a common issue that, like, games that aren't thought of as well run into, right? Especially, a very common example of this is Borderlands 2. In Borderlands 2, if you do OP level 8, at OP level 8, enemies have billions of HP and you're doing millions of damage. And the thing is, at that point, Like, whether or not I do, like, the numbers just kind of feel irrelevant because they're just so big. And they, like, it's not like they truly are irrelevant, but it's just, excuse me. It's hard to feel valuable, whereas in Wizard 101, there's a very big change, right? In the beginning, when your spells do about 100 damage to when you're hitting for like 1,000 damage, then even 10,000 damage. So I don't necessarily think numbers are getting irrelevant, but I do think at some point, it's like, if every enemy starts with 100% resistance, right? And then it's default expected that wizards have 100% pierce, and then on top of that pierce, we have an additional 50% pierce to then get, it's like, it's things like that where I feel like it's like it's a forever, like, you know, I have this, then you have this. You're continuously one-upping each other, and then it gets a little foggy. But also, they might do a thing where, like, they do with Power Pip chance, which if you guys don't know, as you level up, your Power Pip chance in Wizard 101 actually gets worse, I'm pretty sure. Past level 100, it starts going down. And the reason it starts going down is to accommodate for the fact that you have better gear, and it's to adjust for your gear of power level, which is, you know, some people hate it, some people like it. I don't mind it. As long as there's avenues for me to get what I want, I don't really mind it. Be like gotcha wallets. No, yeah, 100% Mark. You know, guys, gotcha games. It's important. It's guys, you just really need to understand what you're doing. Okay, you need to understand what money you're spending. And guys, please never spend money you don't have. I really don't recommend it. Okay. Please always try to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your well-being. Okay, because trust me, guys, I wanted the Raiden Shogun too. Okay? Guys, that's my favorite character in Genshin Impact. I wanted her too, okay? I wanted her. But guys, I was not about to spend my rent. I was not about to spend my grocery money to get her, okay? Let's, you know, let's have some semblance of self-control. Now, did I win my 50-50 and get her? Yes, I did. And was this a million years ago? Because it was when she first came out? Yeah, so let's, you know. But we get the idea, okay? Like Destiny 2, where you fight the same boss 1,000 times for slightly better gear. Yeah, well, I don't think that's not a gotcha. In my opinion, that's just like grinding. And I feel like Wizard 101 has that too. Where, like, at the end of the day, to get, like, best in slot to craft it, like, there's definitely a grind that's introduced. And I don't necessarily have a problem with that, because it's like, if you want to grind. If you don't want to, like, don't. Obviously, I don't love it when, like, I think there's obviously, I want to be able to get close to the best gear without having to do an insane grind, but I don't mind if, like, the most perfect gear is behind a grind wall. It's fine for me, because as long as it's not costing me money. Now, and Destiny 2 doesn't have a monthly subscription. Now, you could argue Wizard 101 having a monthly subscription, but Wizard 101 also, they're just never going to get off of the monthly subscription, because that's how they make their money. That's how they make a lot of their money. They also make their money off of things, because obviously Wizard 101 has a smaller player base than other games. And you know what? If I'm paying Wizard 101 $10 a month, I'm paying Wizard 101 $10 a month. I do think their introduction of loyalty points is a nice change. Obviously, it's not everything, but I think it's nice that there's some, like, additional bonuses than the game just being free. I do think also they could, like, make I think they can make more of Wizard 101 free, but obviously, guys, I don't know if Wizard City is still free. Guys, they were doing an experiment where they made Wizard City free, right? Because everyone on the planet, it's like, Wizard 101, you need to make the first arc of Wizard 101 free because it'll get players to play the game. And then people are like, you nincompoops. King Zao would do that if it was actually making the money. They know the statistics, we don't. And at this point in time, I mean, we don't know the analytics. We don't know if it was worth it. But in my mind, I'm like, I mean, how much money are you really making? But I would imagine a lot of, here's the thing, guys. If you don't know, guys, here's some business 101 to you. There's the reason gyms have a subscription fee. The reason a lot of things have a subscription fee, one way they make money is people forgetting to cancel subscriptions. Okay, guys? Not all the money in the world, guys. That's one of the reasons subscriptions are really good, because people forget to cancel them. And that's why a company will always try to keep you. Obviously, they want to keep you. That's why they'll give you a discount if you try to cancel your subscription. They want to keep you because, you know, oh, this person, you know, if this is cheap, then maybe there'll be something that they want or value later and they'll keep it. But also, guys, because maybe you'll then be like, oh, I canceled it, but then you'll forget that you accepted their deal, and then you'll start paying the full price. Guys, check your subscriptions. Guys, I do it. Always check your bank statement, okay? You make sure you're not getting caught, okay? Don't be paying for stuff that you're not using. Don't be my mom. My mom, love my mother. My mother, she has been caught by some subscriptions before, because especially I think we grew up in the day and age of subscriptions. So it's like, guys, everything I do, like literally, guys, one of my food things, Huel, which is like my little meal replacement thing, which Huel, if you ever listen to my stream, sponsor, Huel, I will be your best sponsor on the planet. Please, 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 please. Either way, guys, but like, it's subscription based because everything is subscription based. But also, I guess, also like, how else would you not have a subscription based? I guess, you know, take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. Who knows, guys? This is some of the yappage I was talking about earlier. I remember when Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact came out. Storytelling YouTubers used it everywhere. Look, I do want to make a storytime YouTube videos, but I have to learn how to animate and draw first. Oh, I mean, hey. Everyone loves an animation. Everyone loves an animation. And Mark, but here's the thing too, Mark. You do not have to, I want to be very clear here. You don't have to animate well. You don't have to animate well, nor does it have to be amazing. It just has to be in your style. Because there's a lot of really successful people who run animations that aren't like, you know, like aren't like amazing animations or aren't like something like, you know, like Jaden Animations, like she's like one of the biggest YouTubers who like does animations, right? She does a bunch of Pokemon stuff now. And obviously she has a whole production team, she has a whole thing. But you don't have to do that. You can also just do short little cute animations. People love, guys, here's the thing. I've drawn an animation before in my time because it's kind of fun. My one issue is I just kind of need a better software because I use Procreate and that, or I just don't have the patience. Because however, Procreate animation is just not, for me, it's just not, it does not work well enough for me. Okay, now let's go to the Plaza of Conquest. Don't mind me. Oh my god, guys, I need to drink water. Sometimes, guys, when I drink water and water tastes a little too good, I'm like, uh-oh. If water is tasting too good, I'm like, okay, we need to drink water. Now, hello? Oh, you know what it is, guys? It's because we haven't unlocked the next teleporter, but we would lock in the